All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakah HaKodash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of JMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Yakim bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. And now I have this video here from TikTok, and it says, why don't you listen to certain music anymore? Right? So I want to go into this because it's bigger than just the music aspect of things, man. We understand that music brings forth vibrations. Vibrations, our body being made up of 70 to 80% of water, however much, right? We understand it, over 50, so to speak, right? We understand that music and vibrations affect everything. Plants grow differently when certain music is played. Brain development is altered when certain music is played. We understand, according to the scriptures, when King David played the harp, demons got off of Saul. So we understand the power of vibrations in music, man. Right? So I'm going to play this here. And all that the nigga was saying was sex and violence. Right? So when you have these type of cadences, being blown through your speakers, your headphones, into the minds of people, it affects Jake negatively, man. And I always bring up the example of Music to Drive by MC8, because he said when he put that album out, it was an increase in homicides, man. His music contributed to a lot of Jake being shot at and killed. So the music that you're hearing, it promotes adultery, it promotes death, it just promotes all out wickedness. And it's blatant. Esau allows these things because what? Because ultimately, music is weaponized against us. I want to grab this precept out of the book of Ecclesiastes. Right? Now I'm going to hop into some more precepts. This is Ecclesiastes 12:4 for the last portion of this precept. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. This is why Apostle Gabar always brings up the fact that what? That the 70s, the 60s, the 70s was the best age or eon, the era of music, man. It was pure instrumentation, Jake, we're speaking about positive and serious issues, Music had a soul, so to speak. Now, it's just a bunch of degenerates and soulless niggas who are putting 808s and snares and matching them with their vocals, right? But this is where we're at. This shows you, the state of music also shows, the end as well. This is the most talentless group of niggas that have ever been recorded. Trying to or listening to mainstream music, man, I can't do it. No knock to any brother who may be able to, listen to certain artists or whoever it may be, but I can't listen to this. The R&B is trash, especially in the US. You have a few things in the UK. You have a few things in the UK. And that's on an R&B, scene. You have a few individuals over there as far as R&B that's getting down. But you always have instrumentalists you have to find to look up and things of that sort. But outside of that, the music is trash. It's good to listen to jazz, classical. It's a bunch of different genres out there. But nevertheless, to get back to the point, what's mainstream and what's being pushed mainstream is all degenerate, right? So let's go into the book of Jeremiah 2 because it speaks about this degeneracy. This is Jeremiah 2:21, and it reads, yet I had planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Right? So when you go into this word degenerate, matter of fact, to grab it here. One second. It's H5494 for the word degenerate. It says degenerate, turned off, deteriorated. It says in exile and expelled, those who are removed from me. That's pretty much it. Let's see if it has any more. It says degenerate. Limiting case in which an element of a class of objects is qualitatively different from the rest of the class. Right? Basically lower in quality. Having declined or become less specialized as in nature, character, structure, or function. Right? And that's exactly what this is. You know, look at how Esau picks forth the new popping artists. Right? They're always, you know, Jake from the hood or some type of destitute mindset, at least I'll say, you know. And what are they pushing forth? Poison. They're rapping or singing about adultery. They're rapping or singing about robbing or killing. You know. These are the topics in which Esau will allow Jake to be famous. Hey, that rat Leo, what's his name? Leo Cohen. He was on the Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne asked him, "Hey, well, you control the music that's being put out into the public. Why is it that you're only clearing and allowing music that is dealing with death, wickedness, and black culture, essentially, right?" And he said, "Oh well, I got to eat too." Right? So the devil told you straight to your face, "Hey, well, this is the music that we got to push to keep y'all in this mind state." Because it's nothing for them to put out good music, you know, to push all the niggas out the music industry, to have some true musicianship back. But that's not the plan, man. That brings light unto Jake. He doesn't want Jake to be thinkers. He doesn't want Jake to go back into their state of believing in a Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Shai. No, it's about destroying. It's about destroying. It's about conquering. This Psalm 62, verse 4. Psalm 62, verse 4. They only consult. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. Right? When you read that in the NLT, it says, they plan to topple me from my high position. They delight in telling me lies about me. They praise me to my face, but curse me in their hearts. It's better in the 4. It says, they can only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. So let's go into this word, excellency. 876:13, it says, dignity, uprising, exaltation. When you read the root word H575, nasa, it says to be lifted up, to rise up, to be carried off, to exalt oneself. Right? It says highness, excellency, rising, exaltation in rank or character, to be accepted, dignity, excellency, highness, raise up, self, rising. Basically, pride in a righteous sense. Right? So they consult to cast him down from that position, you know, from that good position, you know, because that's what he does. As long as he can, accuse, right, us before the Heavenly Father, and then he's doing his job. He is used as a tool to destroy Jake, right? And Jake is fully Jake is fully taking the bait. Right? This Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice coming. It's like I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed Yahweh Shai. The accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Right? He sets forth all these stumbling blocks and then point at Jake and be like, see, look what they do. Look, they're killing each other. Look at the music that they're producing. Look at the music that they're making. Look at their ways. Meanwhile, he's the catalyst that supports and aids Jake in doing all their wickedness. Jake has learned how to become a nigga by Esau ruling. This behavior has been taught to us by our oppressors. They always want to point the finger and say, well, look, hey, so-called black people murder and kill each other at the highest rate. Hey, well, guess what? You did the same thing when you came over here and destroyed Gad and Reuben, man. You did the same thing to the northern and southern kingdom. Jake will never be as good as a thief and a murderer as you. You're far more crafty than us. It's in your spirit to be that way. It's not in our spirit to just be completely degenerate, man. You were made to be the wicked. Jake was made to be the righteous. You just got wicked Israelites, man. Right? Now I'm going to grab another precept. Because this is part of that accusal. It's coming from the book of Lamentation 2:15. And it reads, and all that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty? Right? The children of Israel, it can't be them. Saying they can't be the special ones in the eyes of the Lord. It says they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Right? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we have looked for. We have found, we have seen it. Because when you go also into the precepts of, and I'll grab it here. Oops. Psalms. Right, the Psalm 64, I'll start at the top. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, and my prayer preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Right, so he has these counsels in which every time they come together, they're coming up with the craftiest ways in order to bring us down, man. Whether it be the foods we eat, whether it be the water, the air, in which we're breathing, the music we listen to. At every point in this captivity, we're being attacked, man. And it's all being conducted by Esau Edom. It's bigger than the music. But understand that Jake is a rhythmic people. Our people love song and dance, right? It's within our nature. It's part of our makeup. So when you make it just completely classless and just niggify it, if I just made up a word to the 100th degree, their behavior mocks the music that's playing. Matter of fact, I got another video. I think I got another video. It's in a row somewhere. I believe so. I'll just post that one. But I seen a video of it was a little girl, man. And she's singing some type of Sexy Red or whoever one of these new rapping hoes is. And you can tell she's super young. She got a cup in her hand as if she's drinking. And you got a bunch of N-dubs around her singing the same song. Now here it is, this little girl, this little demon knows all the lyrics. But guarantee she can't count up to 10. She don't know her ABCs. But she know this whole song. And Jake loves videos like that. Oh, look at her singing. Do that little dance again. But not teaching their children anything of importance. Creating a generation of just further monsters, man. But we're the problem by speaking on this, by bringing it out. This is why 2/3 of the nation of Israel has to go. Because they're not even fighting against the plans of Esau Edom, man. They're not even resisting. They're willingly being seized. Matter of fact, they're going to Esau himself and just being like, hey, just take me. I'm going to close out with this. It's coming from the book of, I think it's Proverbs. Yeah, Proverbs 23:6. Eat not the bread of him that hath an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats. Right? So here it is. He puts out that carrot unto Jake, man. Hey, with these record labels and these contracts, and they'll tell him, hey, you want this lifestyle? Hey, well, we know you got talent. And they'll sit and lie to Jake and say, we know you got talent, but we need 3 albums of straight violence. We need 3 albums of straight sex and adultery. You know, matter of fact, where we're going to fund the lifestyle for you to push these agendas for us. And the moment we can't use you anymore, hey, we'll bring up the next nigga, man. Because that's how it goes. Right? That's exactly how it goes. I'm going to read this in the NLT. It says, don't eat with people who are stingy. Don't desire their delicacies. Right? And ultimately, Esau is that niggard. Right? Because he makes billions of dollars off of Jake. And Jake is getting these contracts of crumbs and believing they're making it. Then what? You find out years down the line that they've been used. They're hooked on drugs. You know, they're even bigger demons. And it's all because Esau has persuaded them that the music they're making is profitable. They were already demons when he brought them into the industry. Hey, but now he's mixed these laws and agreements in with it and left Jake completely destitute. Right? But that's pretty much the point. You know, I want to bring forth a lesson on just that that video there. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakah HaKodash. A double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.